3 true clown horror stories. They were meant to entertain, bring joy, laughter. But what happens when a symbol of fun turns into something far more sinister? When the painted smile hides something darker, something twisted. These are 3 real stories that will make you think twice the next time you see a clown. Because not all of them are friendly. Story 1. The Birthday Surprise. It was supposed to be a day filled with cake, balloons, and joy. Julie had hired a clown for her son's 6th birthday. A harmless way to keep the kids entertained. Or so she thought. The clown, a man dressed in a faded red-striped suit, called himself Bingo. Harmless name, right? But Bingo had something strange about him. His smile never faltered, not for 1 second, and his eyes, they didn't seem to smile along with his face. Halfway through the party, Julie noticed something odd. Bingo wasn't just performing. He was watching the kids, particularly her son, Max. She brushed it off at first, but then Bingo insisted on taking Max for a special balloon ride outside, alone. Julie said no, but Bingo's face darkened. His friendly demeanor vanished, replaced by a chilling glare. Julie quickly called the party to an end. But later that night she found a note on her doorstep, scribbled in red ink. Max would have loved the ride. To this day, no one knows who Bingo really was or where he came from. But strange sightings of a clown matching his description have been reported in the neighborhood, years later. Maybe it's time we start hiring magicians for birthday parties instead, huh? Story 2. The Circus Stalker. When Kevin moved to a small town in Indiana, he wasn't prepared for the circus that came through every year. It wasn't a glamorous show, more like something from a time long past. Rusty rides, faded tents, and performers who seemed to belong more in nightmares than in reality. But there was one act that stood out. The clown. His makeup was smudged, his clothes tattered. But it was his eyes that unnerved Kevin the most. They followed him. No matter where Kevin went, the clown was always staring, always lurking in the background. At first, Kevin thought it was part of the act, a way to creep out the audience. But when the circus packed up and left town, the clown didn't. Kevin saw him late at night, standing at the edge of his street, sometimes at the corner of his eye when he walked to work. And then one night, Kevin woke up to a soft chuckling outside his bedroom window. Slowly, he pulled back the curtain. There, standing in the darkness, was the clown. He wasn't smiling anymore. Kevin moved the next day. But the circus? It's scheduled to return next summer. I wonder if the clown will be waiting. If you ever see a circus roll into town, just maybe stick to the popcorn and rides, and avoid the clowns at all costs. Story 3. The Late Night Visitor. Late one night, Sarah was alone at home. It was a quiet evening, until she heard a knock at the door. She wasn't expecting anyone. She peered through the peephole and saw something that made her stomach drop. A clown. Not a costume store clown. No, this one looked too real. His makeup was uneven, his wig slightly askew, and his smile too wide. He waved at her. She didn't move. The knocking grew louder, more insistent. Sarah backed away from the door, heart racing when her phone buzzed. A text message. "Let me in, Sarah. I just want to make you smile." The knock stopped. When she checked again, the clown was gone. But on the doorstep, in the place where he stood, was a single red balloon. Sarah never figured out who or what had been at her door that night. But she changed her locks and never stayed home alone again. Note to self: if a clown ever shows up at my door, I'm calling the cops, not offering a smile. Clowns. What started as innocent entertainment has, for some, become the stuff of nightmares. The next time you hear laughter in the distance, It might not be as innocent as it seems. But if you think that's chilling, just wait until you hear the stories about what happens in the dead of night. Click on the video on your screen to uncover 3 true horror stories that take place when the world is asleep. Don't watch it alone. You never know who or what might be watching with you.